Say we want to find a common denominator and the least common denominator of three fractions, 1/8, 1/4, and 2/6. First, let's look at finding a common denominator among the three fractions. Now, there are lots of different common denominators for these three fractions, but let's look at a quick way to find one of them. To find one of the common denominators, all we need to do is multiply all the denominators of the fractions together. So, 8 times 4 times 6. That equals 192. So, 192 is a common denominator of these three fractions. Now, what about finding our least common denominator? Well, the least common denominator, or LCD, is the smallest denominator that these three fractions have in common. To find the least common denominator, step number 1 is to first find the prime factors of all of our denominators. So take our first denominator of 8. Let's break it down into its prime factors. 8 is 2 times 4, and 4 is 2 times 2. So our prime factors of 8 are 2 times 2 times 2. Repeat this process for all of our other denominators. 4 is 2 times 2, and 6 is 2 times 3. Now that we have all of our denominators in their prime factors, step number 2 is to find the prime factors that occur most often in a factorization and multiply them together. So, 8, remember, is 2 times 2 times 2. 4 is 2 times 2, and 6 only has one 2 in it. So 2 occurs the greatest number of times when we factor 8. It occurs 3 times. 4, it only occurs twice, and 6, it only occurs once. So we circle our 3 2's. Now look for any other numbers. We have a 3. It only occurs once, but we don't have any other 3's here, which means our prime factors that occur the most often in a factorization are these 3 2's and 1 3. So multiply them all together. We have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. That equals 24. So the least common denominator of 1/8, 1/4, and 2/6 is 24.